Hi, everybody. Welcome to Lee Milteer's Authentic and Unapologetic podcast. I'd like to share with you some raw truth, untamed wisdom, and life mastery. And before we dive in, I would love for you to please like and share this video. And be aware, I have a free gift for you, and it's called The 5 Types of Energy. And 5typesofenergy.com, if you go there and sign up, it's all free. It's worth about $100, but it's free to you. You get a video on mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial energy. They're about 5 minutes each. You're welcome to play this in your business or your church or to your kids, but it's all about your frequency and your currency every day and how you're using your life power to create a great life. And speaking of a great life, what we're going to talk about today is about setting perfect goals, big thinking for your goals. So I have some strategy. It's just strange that our entire educational system does not teach anyone actually how to set goals. And we have to remember that we do have that 5 kinds of energy every day. We have mental energy. What are we thinking? We have physical energy. What are we doing? We have emotional energy. What are we allowing to emotionally be overwrought about or excited about? Because our thinking determines that. We have our spiritual energy and our financial energy. So let's talk about some of your goals. And you might want to take some notes because this is good. So you're finally giving yourself permission to understand that you must be a deliberate creator and you must do things very different than other people so you can pave the way for the success that's truly designed for you. I study a lot of spiritual and success teachers, and they teach that there are only 4 basic steps to creating your life from a deliberate, conscious point of view. And so here they are. You must start to feel your life instead of just thinking about your life. So step 1, identify what you do not want, period. This is so important. Our life does not often do this, but get clear what does not work for you in your life or in your work. Please write it down. Stop being into denial that this is not true. You know in your heart what you don't like. Really spend time analyzing what is working and what is not working. Because half the success of knowing what you want to do is literally knowing what you absolutely, I feel dread about, I resent, I cannot stand. You got to have knowledge about all that. Step 2, knowing what you definitely don't want, identify what you know that you do want. Write it down. Please don't limit yourself here on what you think you can have. The media has skewed our ability to believe on what we can really have. Our school system has numbed us down. It's time for you to wake up and be true to yourself. Stop playing small is the bottom line. You cannot grow in life by being an example of someone else. Be authentic, be yourself, but don't play small anymore. Step 3. Now, when you're thinking about your goals, close your eyes and find the good feelings that you associate with your desired goals. How about enjoying the state of feeling? Enjoy the feeling like you have exactly what you want. Write it down how you feel so that you can remember it, because feelings are really the key to manifestations. Step 4, write out your goals. Create a clear intention to how to bring these goals to yourself. In other words, you're a creator, you're a manifester. So in your mind's eye, create the vision of the end result, the way you just felt in step 3 that we just talked about. Let go of your inner critic and let's open up that inner God source to make it happen. Create a daily mental rehearsal for your upcoming success. Now, these steps put an end to the long-held notion that struggle and blame are the causes in our life to be unhappy. If you will simply change the way you think, you will change the way you feel. By changing the way that you feel, you change your vibrational output. When you change your vibrational output, attracts like quantum physics, you will change. Changing the way you feel changes the frequency of your body-mind vibration, and that changes the way you attract in life. I know it's not taught in school, but it's what really works. Now, remember to see yourself as a magnet and to be sensitive of the way that you feel about what hear and do every single day. By developing the skills to simply be aware of where your emotional energy will help you make better decisions. If you're feeling good about a particular path or decision, that means you're in tune with your inner source and have access to spiritual guidance and wisdom. If you're feeling bad about a particular path or a decision, that means you're out of sync with your spiritual connection, and now you don't have that wise guidance available to you if you go on that path. Here's the truth. You cannot be thinking fearful and frustrating thoughts and expect to have positive, powerful assistance. So here's, whether you were taught this or not, like attracts like. Thoughts that are similar have a magnetic attraction to each other. The universe doesn't actually hear words, but it does sense your vibrations. Your negative thoughts are actually attracting more of what made you upset if you keep focusing in on it. And remember, we're self-fulfilling prophecy, so whatever you think about yourself comes true. As a conscious person, you must focus on what makes you feel good. Once you're in that good feeling place, you can deliberately attract what you want in your life. So, your real job, everybody, is stop thinking small. Start thinking big. Start thinking your authentic self, what is good for you. Because your success or lack of it literally reflects what's in your mind. Your success is the sum of all thoughts you've had about success. If your life is small, it's because your dominant visual picture of your life has been small. Let's face facts. If you think big, you get big results. Small thinking is sure to get small results. Now, to be conscious, please map out a new way of thinking bigger that attracts those thoughts, resources, and options to you now. Because here's the reward. Thinking big leads to taking more calculated risk, asking for what you really want, laying a foundation of future success. And the old saying, you can't win if you don't play, is absolutely true. As a business owner or an entrepreneur or whatever you do in life, remember, you must leverage your time, your experience, and your knowledge in the best possible ways. Please don't let anybody else tell you things can't be done. Of course, you must tailor your approach to your life. But again, why not think big? Why not think outside the box of your old model? In fact, throw away the damn box because that's old information. Here's some homework. Create a bucket list. What is it that you want to do before you leave this earth? Life is short and it can change on a dime. You got to get serious about planning, implementing, and realizing what you want to do for yourself. And face it, you don't want to die with the music still in you. If you miss opportunities, remember this. Nobody lies on their deathbed and wished they'd worked for more. So I'd like to remind you also about something I use on a regular basis. It's called the elimination diet. Let's remove anger, regret, worry, resentment, guilt, and blame, and watch your life, your wealth, and your health improve drastically. So again, folks, I hope you'll go to 5typesofenergy.com, sign up for your free 5 types of energy. And this is Lee Milteer. See you in the next broadcast.